Welcome to Spirit Island Introduction Guide Part 2 with example gameplay. If you want a guide with full theory, use link in description down below. If you want to skip directly to gameplay, feel free to do it. I will start with explaining the Adversary and Spirits first. So, since it's an introduction, I want to start with something simple. I recommend to start with Kingdom of Brandenburg, Prussia. I'll go with level 2. So, as you can see, both level 1 and level 2 are highlighted, which means all the rules are applied, as well as the escalation. So this Prussia doesn't have the loose condition, but for the escalation, they add a single town just before the explore on the stage 2 escalation. So on level 1, we have during setup on each board add town to land number 3. So this starts slightly stronger. And then every next level basically changes the order of cards. So we'll have a stage 3 card between stage 1 and stage 2. And then as you go, you will remove either stage 1 or stage 2 cards. So the deck gets thinner, you will have less rounds to win, and it will also increase the number of fear cards needed for the victory. But for level 2, it's standard 3 cards for each level of terror. Okay, and I picked 2 spirits that are from the base game. One is with low complexity. Its shadows flicker like flame. I usually don't like play him solo, so I think I'll enjoy him with a nice pairing. And his special rule is whenever you use power, you may pay 1 energy to target a land with the Han, regardless of the power's range. And this is a spirit that generates a lot of fear and has pretty slow start. And his best friend would be a spread of Rampart Green. He's probably a best friend of everyone, since he has a card that gives another spirit free, basically free for them, free growth. So this will improve a start for a flicker. Now, what the spread of Rampart Green can do, special rules, is whenever invaders would ravage or build in a land with your sacred site, you may prevent it by destroying one of your presence in that land. So this is a very powerful, basically versus everyone, and makes this spirit also easy to play. Even though the spread of Rampart Green is a moderate complexity, it's, well, I would say, the easiest of moderate to play. And yeah, it's very safe. It's always useful, and yeah, you can even pick it on your first playthrough. What's main difference? It has a different growth, which is always pick single box, which is add a presence to jungle or wetlands, and then picks one of the other 3. Okay, let's not make it any longer and let's start. I zoom in a little bit to see it better. Okay, so Invaders' initial starting explore is in the wetlands. So as I mentioned, the port is structured in a way so the explore will happen everywhere, because you will have one city close to the ocean and one town at the back of the board, and it makes so explorers can be spawned on every single land. Explorer card move into the build position, and we start our turn with a spirit action. Now we need to take in mind that they will build on all the wetlands, except actually both ocean ones, because we have the disease token, which prevents the build. So for this action, it just removes the token and keep 1 explorer and 1 city. What do we do? Well, let's start with the flicker. We could maybe... 1 card is to replace, but that one seems too useful. We could also push them away, or we could gather maybe here the hands and prevent them from dying. I think this is the best one. I'll start with maybe also drawing the card. But drawing the card is risky. So let's try with something simple. Let's gain 3 energy, gain a presence. It is add 1 presence in a range of 3, but I want somewhere close to the board. So maybe, or maybe actually there. It was in a range of 1. It's lower than 3, so it's available place to do it. Now we definitely want to gather the Huns in a single land so they can counterattack there. And I would also want to push from land number 5 the freshly built town. Or I could actually gather, so they will not build a town. But this is also a card that can be targeted to other spirit, so it might help the Rampart Green. Now for Rampart Green, he really likes the wetlands and jungle, so it's very good start. Since it's always on the wetland, let's go there. And we could later decide if you want to prevent the ravage, for example. And I also like to start with add another presence and +1 card played this turn. So this is a really fast growth. Let's go there. And we add the presence to the flicker as well as maybe push some towns, we'll see. Okay, so I declared my cards, paid the energy. As you can see, I had like 1. If I declare, yeah, I have 0. I also had 3 energy on the flicker. I declared the cards, and now I finished playing cards. Now it's the quick powers action. So it's both from the cards as well as the innate powers. I unlock the all enveloping green because I have 3 elements of plant and 1 of water. So I have 1 water from here, 1 plant. This is the other plant from the other card. As well as on my track, I have a 3rd plant unlocking. This is unlocked forever, so it is very useful for reaching all those thresholds for my innate powers. And one my innate power is quick action. It's defend 2. There is no ravage during the first turn, so it's not being used. I can use it, but it doesn't do anything. One thing to keep in mind, it's from the sacred site, not from any presence. So I had sacred site here in land number 2, and I had 1 range to land number 4. But this was just useless action for now. Okay, this is a card that targets another spirit, and target spirits add 1 presence up to 1 range from their existing presence. So we need to target the other spirit, and now they can add from either top or bottom track a presence. And it could be anywhere in range of 1. So I cannot add that far, like to land number 8, because it's it's in 2 of any of existing presence. So maybe we will do it. Maybe go to land number 1 on the other board. And we have only 1 existing. Quick action is also from the sacred site. And we have sacred site here, and we can gather an explorer. And now for gather, let's think which land we want to do it. Let's do it to land number 8. So gather means we targeted land number 8, and we took explorer from land number 5 to land number 8. Now, we have an option to prevent the build or allow it, but I'll allow it and it will just remove the token. It will prevent the build for me. In land number 5 there was no build because there was no one in there. We gathered the explorer out of there, so there is no build. Now they are exploring inland in the jungles. So this was slightly unlucky because I got it to the same jungle, but I think it's fine for me. Now we do the gather up to 4. We will just gather 2 to land number 2. The second part is the number of Dahans is invaders are present and the numbers of Dahans outnumber them 3-4, which is quite a lot. We could also push some Dahans or push. As you can see, this is push 3 Dahans, so we don't have an option. It's not up to. If I target a land with, like, for example, land number 1 here, the mountains, it would push both of the Dahans, regardless if what I want to. If I want 1 or 2. Now. This only does 1 damage to a town or city, which will not kill any, so I could either skip it, this action, same as the defense skip, or just use it once. It will be damaged, it's on the side, but it doesn't do anything. Because it will regenerate this health at the end of the turn, and I cannot prevent that. Now, I think I'll push the Dahans, those 2, here, so they will counter attack in land number 2. And I can target either spirit, but I have 2 options with this. I could target the Rampart Green and push those 2 away, which is pretty nice. Or I could target land number, target myself, which is a flicker, like that. And I would push from this land. So maybe I'll explain more detail. Like, it's whenever it says from one of the lands, means from the lands with presence. So if I target Rampart Green, it's from the lands where the Rampart Green has presence. So it's number 6, number 2, and number 4. So that's why I was considering number 4. So I could maybe push them away. And yeah, this is a big decision between preventing this Ravage or preventing the big build, because whenever the build in jungle will happen, in this land number 8, it will build a city. And if I push the town away, it will build a town instead. So maybe let's prevent the build. I target, the flicker will target himself, generate 2 fear, and then push those 2 away. Okay, time passes. Which means the cards go to discard pile, this town regenerated its HP, and all one-time effects faded. For example, the 2 defense, which also was on number 4. Okay, and we have another spirit phase with growth at first. I believe it's time to gain a power card. So we choose the action, and we want to draw for from a minor pile. Minor card deck. And our elements we want to reach is Moon and Fire. So we might look for a card that contains both of these. And this is a pretty cool card, but it also have an extra effect. If you reach the 3 animal elements, you may do both actions. That's a pretty strong, but I don't have that many animal markers right now. I have only 1, so it would be only achievable for me to reach 2. This is also a very interesting card, since I could target another spirit and we would both get the same elements. And we both share the moon as a useful element. Actually, I'll take it. It's one of the funnest cards to play whenever you are in group. Okay, and we also can add a presence, and I'll do the sacred site in land number 4, because my innate power has range from the sacred site, and now I can cover the whole island. We definitely want to use this power, which is the hands take no damage from ravaging invaders this turn, and it has range 0. But we want to combine it with the special rule. Whenever you use the power, you may pay 1 energy. So we need to keep 1 energy in order to use it in land number 2, because I don't want to add a presence there. Since what will happen here, the invaders will be attacking both land and the hands at the same time. They will cause the blight on the land, but because of this card, they will not damage the hands. So this is like an infinite defense for the hands, but 0 defense for the land. And for 0 mana, I mean up to 1 if you want to have unlimited range with your special rule. Okay, and I can play another card, which probably will be this one. It's pretty powerful card, and it also costs just 1 energy for 2 fear. And we know in stage 1 there is 1 card of each, so it's 1 wetlands, 1 jungle, 1 mountain, 1 sand. So this one will be either mountain or sand. Actually, that's irrelevant now I'm thinking about it. So this might not be... Oh, this actually might be used in the jungle, because whenever they build, I could replace it with... I could replace town with explorer. Okay, so this is all the cards for the flicker, since he can play only 2 cards. Now, for the Rampart Green, we always pick the first action, and that would be over there. And let's again play add 1 presence and have 1 card played more. I think I want to have a presence in land number 5, or maybe land number 3. I want to go somewhere else than jungle and wetlands, because they are very easily to cover. Yes, do that, and let's play the 2 cards I have left. I have only 2 defend, which is not ideal, so I'll put this defend here, and I will probably block the ravage action there. And we can also add a presence, maybe add it there. I could also use the free fear. I have an option. If the target land has invaders and my presence, it's free fear, but I would say developing your spirit is much more important at the start of the game than just 3 points of fear. Okay, as I said, we will target this land. It shows in this game that it will cost 1 energy. And we could also gather... Maybe gather this one so he will not build. So here in land number 6, I'll take the explorer from the other board, because the land is adjacent to it. Okay, we have the first event. And we have like healthy island, so we look at this part. On a coastal land on each board, move 1 town, 1 or 2 lands inland. So here we have in land number 3. Wait, it moved only once. I didn't fully understand it, actually. Let's skip it to see it again. So we have this town to push and this town to push. So if we start with this one. Okay, I don't know if this was a bug or not. And now we can decide if we want to keep it in land number 4 or push it further to land number 7. And if we keep it in land number 4, then we'll not have enough defense because they will have 5 attack and I have 2 defense. But we also will have during Ravage in every land 1 defense per Dahan. That will also be too little because it will be 3 defense. So I think let's go further. And now here, there are no lands. Only, it shows the message for the next step. So choose a land with disease. And I have no more disease tokens. So we skip this part. And during Ravage in every land, 1 defense per Dahan in the land. So actually in this land number 2, it will not cause Blight now. We don't want to allow Ravage, so we sacrifice 1 of the presence. And I actually forgot to mention the other special rule. When adding presence to the board via growth, you may optionally use destroyed tokens. We have 1 destroyed token, which was preventing the Ravage. If the island is healthy, do so freely. If the island is blighted, doing so costs 1 energy per destroyed per destroyed presence you add. Okay, so in this land, they dealt 3 damage, but it was 3 defense, so they did nothing. And now the Dahans counter attack, and I can distribute the damage however I want. And actually, distributing it... Oh, actually... Don't think it matters that much, so I'll kill the town. Here it was 4 defense. I mean 4 attack, 3 defense. They did 1 damage to land and 0 to Dahans since they got the immortality. And now we have the Explorer in the Sands, which is the last card from stage 1. And the move of invader cards. So the wetlands got discarded, jungle moved to Ravage, and sand moved to build. This is what will happen in the next turn. And we have slow powers now. So since this town was pushed, maybe we could replace it, so they will not build a city there. And now we can do 1 damage. We cannot use... Oh, this is actually interesting situation, because we cannot use Stem of the Flow of Fresh Water, because it requires Sacred Site, and we have no longer Sacred Site. We had while we played it, I mean while we declared it, because we had the Sacred Site in land number 2, but then we sacrificed it to prevent the Ravage. And even if it didn't do that, then the Ravage would went through, caused the Blight, and destroyed the presence. We could also do the stack the presence somewhere else, but well, it would cause us to make... Actually, I could destroy a single town, but yeah, I spread too thin. So I didn't think about the move for too long. Okay, so for the flickers, we almost definitely want to reclaim the cards, because even if we draw the card, we don't know what we get. And we probably... We could risk it, because the only fast power is this, granting the immortality to Dahans, and that's not that useful. So I think I could risk and go for the card, because I cannot prevent this Ravage either way. I'm not afraid of build there, and maybe I'm not afraid of the build there as well. And having more card might be beneficial. And I got my favorite card, which is 1 damage to each building or 10 defense. And it also has the needed elements, which is moon and fire. I think I couldn't get a better card. Especially I've needed defense in this turn. And we add a presence. So this is a pretty interesting one. We could, if we take the free, if we unlock the ability to play 3 cards in this turn, it's useless because I have only 2 cards. But in future turns, it might be really beneficial. So I think I'll do that. I don't need that much energy because I got 3 and I'll pay 2. So I'll definitely unlock the ability to play 3 cards. And I think I will be stacking the presence somewhere. Yeah, on my lands, let's say. For now, I'm playing 2. That's it, I have 3 energy left. For the Rampart Queen, we always choose this growth. Let's do it. Let's go for the top track. And we reclaim the cards. We also get the new one. Now this is one of the craziest cards that can do some interesting interactions. So once this turn, target spirit may repeat the lowest cost power card they have in play by paying it cost again. You may do likewise. So for example, if I have to target another spirit. So I target the Flicker and he could repeat any of those 2 powers. So it could give twice 3 different elements of the choice. So yeah, I could even unlock this second for himself, and for him that would also unlock quite a lot. Or I could repeat this power, for example here, even though you don't have the range because range is 0, but for the Flicker you have just pay 1 extra energy and it would be reachable. Because the Dahans are in that land. So this is very interesting. It doesn't have much useful elements because only Moon, but that's something. Oh, I might do it because I think that's one of the coolest interactions to have. And we could even repeat that one. That would be extremely overpowered, I would say. So let's do the normal actions first, and then we'll repeat those that would be repeated. We choose between 1 damage to each building, which is not so good here, or defend 10. We also give the growth. I could go for the 4 cards, which is... Actually, not sure if I want to go top track or bottom track. Both of them are really good. Maybe let's go with bottom track up to 4, but then the 5 is really close. I think let's try with going small. And maybe... let's have presence there. I don't think it matters that much. And now we will target even what we can do, because targeting yourself, actually let's do it as an example. Let's target myself and give myself all the powers I need. Actually, they are next to each other. And I can have now unlocked my innate power. But what we could do also is target another spirit and give the same elements, and I also get them. So even I would say never target yourself, because you can give someone those elements, and you will also get them. So there is never a reason to target yourself. And you can also discuss what exactly elements you need. So for the Flickers, you only need the Moon. So we'll target our friend and give him Moon, and then he needs water and grass. So not only it unlocked the innate for the flicker, but also unlocked the second part of the first innate and second innate unlocked. And now we can give somewhere the defense. Let's do it there. And gather one. Actually, let's do it differently. So we'll gather this one. We'll give defense. Oh, we don't have range. So never mind. And we will give the gift. We have to do it to another. And now he can repeat the lowest cost card, but both of them are for 1. So he will need to paying it cost again. So we'll pay one energy and again. And since we target this land, we'll pay 1 additional energy, which will be a total of 2. And we want to defend. Wait. Oh, he doesn't have energy to play again. So this is super sad. I wanted to do the gift twice, which would be amazing, but I just didn't look at the energy. Yeah, well, maybe next time. Okay, we have stage 1, since only stage 1 cards was revealed. Oh, it says stage 2, so actually I'm wrong. Well, I guess the card that's shown on the Explorer, that's how it's stage calculated. Always thought the one that's already revealed. Okay, so what we have. After advancing invader cards, perform a build step for 1 terrain not shown under any invader action. If there is no such terrain, nothing happens. So it will be possible if we'll get here. Oh, it will not be possible. Because after advancing card, so even if there will be a mountain wetlands, then it would be advancing, so the jungle would be discarded, sand goes to ravage, and then mountain wetlands go to build, and then jungle is not revealed and will perform the build in jungle. But yeah, there's nothing we can do about it, it will happen. Okay, each animal deals 2 damage. Remove any token that destroys building. So we have animal here, deal 2 damage, kills the explorer, and this animal does nothing. On each board, add 1 Dahan to mountain and sands with Dahan. We definitely, there is no choice actually, so yeah. And here, this one is perfect since they will build in the sands. Now we have the fear card, and since we are on terror level 1, we got the fear card for increasing the fear to 8. Now we are resolving it. Each player may push 1 Dahan from a land with invaders or gather 1 Dahan into a land with invaders. So here we would, I think I'll gather 1 because there is already 10 defense and it could counterattack. And here, the same situation. There is already 12 defense. They have 6 invaders have 6 health, and the Dahans do only 4. So with 1 additional, we'll be able to kill them all. And we allow ravage. That's 3 fear because 1 town is worth 1 fear and 1 city is worth 2 fear. Here we have 2 damage to the side, but let's do both to the town, so we'll get 1 fear. They built in the sands, very standard. There was no one in the sandland number 5. And we got sand and mountain. And now after invading, after advancing invader cards, we can decide if they will build in the jungle or sand, jungle or wetland. For this is this one, the fortification. And I want to decide for the wetlands, even though there are two empty jungles and here are two empty wetlands. But Rampart Green will be much better with dealing with more buildings. So I think let's do it on his board. And now we can do 1 damage to town and a building, and then repeat this power. So we could, for example, do it in this sand or in this mountain. So they're both good options. I think I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it in the mountain because I'll have enough defense to prevent the ravage from happening. And we got the 8 fear and another fear card in the queue. Okay, so for the flicker, we have to reclaim. We don't have any cards on the hand. It's very important to reclaim. And we have some good choices. I really like this one. It gives, if you have a sacred site, add 1 beast in one of target spirit's land, so whenever there is a presence. And then if target spirit has a sacred site in that land, or defend. So at the same time you will add the beast and get the 4 defend. For 1 mana, it's really good. Obviously there's this restriction of having a sacred site. And adding animal will improve our future events. So for example, we had destroyed 2 explorers among lands with beasts, or maybe deals 2 damage. So they could be very valuable. And it's a quick action since it also does the defense, so the beast will come before the event. And here, our defense is exactly what we need. Oh yeah, I'll take it. Here for defense, here we'll target with our special power. So I'll have a little bit energy left. And I would prefer to reach the next threshold to have. So I need both moon and fire. And I don't believe I want this card, so one of those 2 and either of those 2 are great. So maybe pushing. Now for Rampart Green, I want to play 3 cards. But if I choose this option, I think I need to. So let's reach this plant as I planned. Do this. We want to block. Maybe not really. Maybe in future. And play all the cards. Okay, starting from bottom, we unlock the innate with 4 plants and 2 water to have 4 defense. It's exactly it's exactly enough because they do 4 attack. They could even do 5 attack and it will be enough if no negative event would come. And let's do 1 last growth from this card. Probably there, because they will not only ravage inside, but then if anyone survives in that sand, they will also build. So let's have some presence there in the future. Here we need 1 extra energy, because we don't have a sacred site there. Defend 10. And for this we target, Flicker targets himself, chooses 1 of his lands, and since this one has sacred site, it also has 4 energy. And now we could gather 1, destroy up to 2 explorer, 1 here and 1 destroyed. So let's do it there. We'll gather this one. and destroy 2. And we generate 2 here. That was all for the fast actions. Now invader phase. Okay, so and this is a choice event, so this we don't need to read. And the option number 1, 2 damage to Dahan in a land with building and Dahan. And then that happens on each board. Also on each board, add 1 blight to a land with at least 2 buildings. We have such lands, so here are 2 buildings, and here are 2 buildings. So this is not even a choice, we know exactly where it will happen. 2 damage to Dahan, so it kills Dahan, and we don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen in the sand, so it probably would kill here in the wetlands, and for that board it would have to happen here, which I really don't want it to happen. And then the third, it's like more positive. All the buildings have 1 half lower, minus 1 half to minimum of 1 until the end of the turn. But we don't do much damage. I mean Rampart Queen does a little. Here could do the AoE, but that's not that useful. But the alternative might be even worse. I don't know, because it says teach the invaders. On each board add 1 town to a land with Dahan, and the next normal Ravage becomes a build. We don't have any disease. No, it's add 1 to a land with both Dahans and invaders. Do 2 damage to both. I dislike both events. We'll also have like a fear card, but I don't know if this is 2 damage to only the Hanster. This is almost tragic. Let's do the option number 1. It's very risky, but... And even if the Blight was added from the event, it still destroys the presence. On half of the boards, add 1... On half of the boards? Oh, actually. So it's only 1 board. Add 1 disease to a land with both Dahan and invaders. Do 2 damage to invaders there. I could do it there. Or I could do it there. So I don't want it to happen in any other. Actually, them having less HP is also good because it will kill about the same number of... Okay, so not that bad as I thought. Well, goodbye Dahan. Each player chooses a different land with Dahan, in each 1 damage. So this is pretty cool. Here, we could destroy this one. And now the other spirit need to choose a different land. We don't need to choose there, because Dahans will clear them up. So this is the only land that could be chosen. Makes any sense. Let's focus down the city. We'll get to fear. And allow the build. Okay, so this is a stage 2 card that targets all coastal lands, and that's where we got the explore. And this also means we don't have the escalation, even though it's stage 2 card. It's the only one without the escalation icon. Now we could do some interesting damage. For example, this is 1 damage to a building. But if targets mountain or sand, instead 1 damage to each building. And in this we have 1 building, in this we have 1, and this we have 1. So there is no much value from it. But what we can do, is we could push one down, for example, this one there. And yeah, let's do the AoE. And we also have this 1 damage to a town. We'll do it on the coastal wetlands, since they will build there. Or no, actually, we could be even smarter, because now I remind myself that we could target another spirit, and it allows us to push from these lands, this one there, and this one there, and now we can destroy 3 towns with a single card. And get free here. That's really, really nice. I get this single town. So that was a nice cooperation. Here, if we grow with another card, we could play all of them, but we will pay all free energy and we will not have an infinite range. This is a pretty dangerous. Now I don't want to reclaim all the turns, but this is a really good defend card. What do we do about this land? There's a lot of questions. Maybe I have to. There will probably cause a blight. Yeah, so since we pushed down an explorer from land number 4 and it killed it, we didn't push them from there, and now it's more issue with this ravage. This is also something to keep in mind, to look at every single possible, look at every single possible outcome. You probably don't have that much time. I would say not to worry about too much whenever you start the game. You will not make a perfect place. Perfect play. You would also struggle with lower level adversaries, but over time they will become easier and easier, and actually, even when they are possible to defeat, it's amazing feeling. I really want this card back. Yeah, I think I have to do it for this turn, because this land is too annoying. Because there is already a blight. I'm thinking which I could choose. This is pretty interesting. So we'll do defend this land. So this land. And ignore that land. Yeah. Sounds good. It doesn't have any useful elements for me. But neither has this one. This has fire. Not that amazing. I'll use this one. I'll use the defense here. And I have one more to do. Because they are doing 8 damage here. This is 3, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's play this one again. And for Rampart Green, I don't think I have enough energy to play so many cards. You could also, what you could do is change the order. So first reclaim the cards, gain another card. There is a 0 cost card, which is pretty cool. Yes, want to read it. You can target anyone, so yourself or other spirit. Target spirit gains 2 energy. During time passes, target spirit may reclaim 1 power card instead of discarding it. If you target another spirit, you may also reclaim 1 power card. So Rampart Green could either target himself, gain 2 energy and reclaim 1 card, or not discard 1 card, if you want to look at it that way, or give 2 energy to flicker, and both of them would not discard one card. But am I even able? Ah, yes, I'm able to play 4 cards. What I need to do? There is 0 defense needed, 0 defense needed. Here we would need 3 defense at least. So I would like to play 2 water. They're both 0 energy, because I want to reach this threshold. They need 0 energy. So maybe we'll risk it and play 4 cards. We could also do the gift. Do we play that one? Actually, let's take 1 energy, because it would make more comfortable decisions in the future. And just very quiet turn. It just defends there and do nothing else. Really. I don't even do the damage, but so here we want to gather and defend. Here we want to defend, and we could gather this one, so they will not build. Now, who needs more energy? It looks like he's fine with his energy. For defense here, I will go for energy for Rampart Green simply because I want to get a major next turn. Okay, so we have terror level 2. So we are looking at the bottom option, strip the land bare, and also have the wording differently, so it's each town do +1 damage when ravaging. After a ravage action adds blight, remove 1 explorer and 1 town from the ravage inland. Remove means take them without generating fear. So this is on the third part. Add 1 disease to inland land with the most buildings on each board. Wow, so for the bottom board, there is not a single land with buildings. Minimum 1, yeah? Well, that's sad. Now, each spirit with at least 3 Dahans among its land gain 1 energy and may reclaim 1 card. They both have nothing to reclaim, but only Rampart Green got 1 energy. Each player adds strife to a town for the rest of this turn. Invaders have -1/2 per strife token to a minimum of 1. That's not good. There's not much of a choice, so I'll add it. Oh, wait. That was too fast. Here is great. And here. We allowed the Ravage in land number 8 because it does only 1 damage, so it doesn't cause the blight. Allow build, which removes the disease token. Now, we have the first escalation. And escalation says, on each board with building, add 1 town to a land without town. And it happens just before they explore, so they did not explore to the wetlands. And we can choose where the town will be added. So I usually add it somewhere else. So for example, maybe here in the jungle, and for that, I would add it in the sand, because we have a lot of Dahans. If we add them defense, they will fight back and generate a lot of fear. Now, we have some slow powers. Now we want to look at the ravage lands where they, coastal lands where they will ravage. So yeah, it's 2 lands for each board, and then they will build on the wetlands, and both boards have a wetland coastal, but here, if defended, the Huns would kill everyone, and also it will cause not build to happen. This is slightly more worrying, because there is blight already and we don't want it to cascade. Here it could even ravage, we might not care. Let me think. What we can do and how. Actually target himself with that and push from there. Here to the animal. Yeah, nice. Now for maybe push the Huns so we have some counter attack. And this does whatever. 1 damage is not needed. Now could reclaim. Oh, 4 cards. Yeah, that's fine. Reclaiming is good. Maybe then let's start with Rampart Green, because we can add the card. Add the presence. Let's add it there. And let's get a power card. Major. I will have 9 energy with such a move. There are pretty good choices. So this one allows to add the destroyed presence. This one has none, and this one has 2. In range of 2 and deals damage to building. I'm looking where I can reach. It's 1 and 2. So up to there. What's sad for the Rampart Green, it's probably he's not making this elemental threshold. It looks like he's not making any of those elemental thresholds right now. This is not only the cheapest, but also the easiest to use. So it removes 1 invader, any invader, so it could be city, and then 1 either explorer or town. So at most I could remove the city and the town. Range 2, slow action, 2 elements, target lot any, so pretty versatile. Just, yeah, slow action, free energy. Remove all damaged invaders, which synchronize really well with 1 damage to each building. And then adversary and scenario rules that prevents or outer removal do not affect this power. But we don't have such rules, so this doesn't matter. And if you have free moon, which is easy to achieve, and free air, which is right now impossible to achieve. Yeah, I have not a single one. If in any 2 lands with 4 or more, any 2 lands, so you don't even need to have a presence, with 4 or more invaders, we remove 1 invader. Yeah, this is really good for cleaning the board, but it doesn't generate any fear. But I'll take it. And we'll forget, and yeah, since it was major card, we need to, in order to keep it, we need to forget some other card, and it will be overgrow in the night, since we don't need to add any more presence. And what is actually important, it was adding presence, but it couldn't add the destroyed presence, because steady regeneration, it's only when adding presence via growth, so which is this action on the top. So either this one or this one. Otherwise you can't add a destroyed presence unless the card says directly you can. Okay, so I actually have way too much energy, but I didn't like all the other majors. Maybe this one, playing with animals, doing some quite a lot of damage, but also killing the Huns. And I will not reach this elemental threshold, and I don't think I want to add the blight. Even though with some good elements you can remove the blight. Okay. For the flicker, I think we want to have 4. We want to have 4 cards to be played. But will I have energy? I believe I won't. It's pretty painful. I play 4 energy and get more. But we have slow actions. This is not that useful to defend. Maybe add presence here, and with that it will be for defense. But what about this? Probably this one. I think we need more energy right now. So this one, and this two. Wait, it doesn't have fire? That's sad, but that's fine. So what we do is we gather this one so they don't build in the wetlands. We do this. It's a sacred site, so for defense. And here we pay 1 extra energy in order for those hands to not die. Now, you can add additional presence, which is also the viable option. I don't know, I add it there. Give him energy. Oh, amazing. Oh, yeah, well, very interesting. So I did double this one, so I probably could reclaim 2 cards. Oh, and he can do this? No, don't do it. It generates 1 fear. So do it somewhere. Yeah, anywhere is fine. Just don't pay 1 extra energy if you don't need to. Okay, on each board, counted separately, I assume. If the hands outnumber buildings by 2 or more, replace town with the hand. If buildings outnumber the hands by 2 or more, replace the hand with town. So here we have 5 the hands and 4 buildings, so it will not happen because it's not by 2 or more. And here we have 6 the hands and it's a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a draw here, so it will not happen anywhere. There was no board to select. Yes. Now on each board, in the land with the most combined invaders plus the hands, minimum of 1 of each, add disease, 2 damage to the hand. It is super sad here because no damage from ravaging, so it will kill the hand. They are not immortal from everything. I mean, yeah, it has to happen there. It's so sad. We killed so many the hands during the events. Each spirit with at least 2 the hands among its lands gain 1 energy. Okay, lands with the hand have 1 plus 1 defend per the hand. Okay. So again, there is no blight, which is pretty funny. Here is bad, and it cascades. It causes the blighted island to happen. Okay, we have still healthy island. If the terror level is 1, 2, 3, increase the requirement to earn to earn a fear card by 1, 1.5, or 2 per player. So we have level 2 right now, so it should be by 3, so from 8 to 11. And we get the 2 blight per starting board, so we get 4 blight now for the still healthy island. I would say it's rather bad, but we'll be fine with it. Here they did 4 damage for defense, and here we don't let them ravage, so we sacrifice 1 presence. Actually, on the top board, they will build nowhere because the both wetlands are clean. Now, let me think a little bit. Actually, I would add here, because we'll give it defend and it will be destroyed by the hands. And yeah, 1 fear is nice. And for this board, I have no clue. Add it there. It's pretty bad. Let's replace this building with Explorer. I don't have a good place to gather. I mean, maybe for that land. No, I don't see any good land. So let's do nothing. Maybe like this. We gather 0, but then if invaders are present and the hands, now outnumber them. 3 fear. 3 fear for 1 energy is pretty good. Now what we do here, we could destroy a town. Let's do that. And this could remove invader. Yeah, let's remove a city and horror. It's much easier to defend than you reclaim. I don't know, this one. You reclaim. You reclaim. Since it was repeated, then reclaims twice. I don't know, because do this one. And for you, doesn't matter because he will probably reclaim all. Okay, so let's start with Rampart Green again, because we want to draw another major card. Ooh, this one is great. I mean, it's great because it has elements, because we can easily reach 4 plant and 2 water. Now it says you target another spirit for 2 energy, and you have all the good elements for the Rampart Green. You and the target spirit may use each other's presence, not always useful, to target's power. Target spirit gains a power card, you gain a power card they did not keep. It could be either minor or major, so it's also cool. You and the target spirit gain 3 energy and may gift it each other 1 power from hand. So this is quite a good card for the Flicker, because he will get more easily those thresholds. He has some air, like 4 cards actually. So yeah, it's a better card for him. Now, the problem is, this is also amazing card for the Rampart Green. Also have the easy to reach the elemental thresholds, like destroying all explorers, all towns, and a city, and not destroying the Huns is amazing. But there's not many buildings in the same place. It could be more useful, like here or here. Land number 4, number 3, there are much more invaders there. So yeah, not that useful for the Rampart Green on this board state. So I'll take this one to help Flicker even more. What do we forget? Maybe this one that gives energy actually. And we want to... I mean, we need to... Well, I got the tutorial. I've played it lately. I replayed it lately, maybe I should say. now let's add it there. Since it had to be on the jungle or wetlands. I could also go on the other board, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Play the major card, for sure. Play growth, play repeat, and this time maybe I'll actually repeat this gift, but by not playing any 0-cost cards. Can I do it? No, because I need 2 water. So yeah, other time I guess, which is just like never. We don't need any defense. Because, I mean, target free energy is amazing. And he's close to having all of the presence developed. Fine, let's do it. Just keep removing invaders. And it's time for a major card for this guy as well, because he has a lot of energy now. Yeah, too late for that one. I don't know about this one. This is interesting. Well, I could even get this threshold. But it doesn't do anything because they ravage here. Yeah, that's pretty boring. But later on, this is amazing. This is also amazing. I mean, this could be even used this turn with that one. Hold up. So let's take this one. Let's forget something that's on this card pile anyways. Maybe this one. Why did I discard that one? Because I don't want to have an land with the hands that causes the blight. I don't think I want more blight to happen. I mean, I got still healthy island, which is bad. I'm not afraid of blighted island, but sometimes it's unpredictable what we'll get. I have an idea. I need only to play 4 cards this turn. So let's do it that way. Play this one, and this one. And since I have enough energy, also that one. Now. Actually, I want to place the presence somewhere else. Yeah, play all the cards. And now the Rampart Queen doesn't have to play this one, he will play this and will get water from Elemental Boon. This is amazing. So, water, moon. And the third one doesn't matter. No, it has to be fair. So we want to achieve this elemental threshold. Hold up, I could do like really cool stuff. So we'll give the growth here. So now he could Guardian Serpents here. That's for defense. That's fine, I don't need to do the perfect play. Defense here is enough. Or no, don't do it yet. This could be done later, so it's not that. But repeat the power is amazing because you can grow him again. 3 elements, please. He needs water for this one, third water. So it's water. It will be grass and mountain. So we can remove 1 blight. I could also try to reach this one. But it wasn't like biggest priority. Here we can, for defense, and clear the light. Here we gather that guy, destroy 2, get to here. And now get the card. Does he get a major again? Yeah, let's try it. Ooh, this is amazing. And it has both moon and air. But from the other side, we are not in that much trouble to be needing that. Maybe something that does damage. Like this one. This does tons of damage. Yeah, let's get tons of damage. And let's remove... let's not gather any more Dahans. Now you take one. This one. It has water, grass. Can remove, can do up to 9 damage. And you forget... I don't know. This one, because this has sun and it will help. Do we gift? Do not gift. Do not gift. Maybe later. We have another choice. So, choice number 1, push up to 2 Dahans, add 1 town to a land without town. Immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders that matches the ravage card. Yeah, the first option is not scary. It's not scary, that's for sure. The second option, ravage card, skip up to 1 matching land. I don't need that. 1 fear per player, that's almost nothing, and remove stage 2 and stage 3 in the game. I don't want to remove 2 cards. Didn't I have similar option? Don't remember. I felt like I played this card this game, but it might be a previous game. So removing 2 cards from Brandon Prussia is never a good idea because they do accelerate, although it's level 2, so it would feel actually like level 4, maybe, somewhere along those lines. But the fear cards would be lower, so it like shortens my time. I could skip 1 ravage, which I don't need, so maybe act cautiously. Here is like push up to 2. Do I need it? I don't know. Do it that way. Skip. Skip. This board, I don't want it at here because they will ravage there. So unless there is some defense, no, there is. So add there and add there. Ravage immediately there. There is a 4 defense, so it's not a problem. They could ravage twice, and 4 defense remain. This turn, animal also count as Badlands. Destroy a damage invader inland. We don't have any damage invaders right now. 2 defense in all lands. That's a cool fear card, but don't need that. Allow ravage. All wetlands are clear. No building in the mountains. Yeah, allow build. There was nobody, so it didn't build. Let's add it there. And here, probably the same. The wetlands, they are just freshly cleared. It was obviously escalation action on this sand card, stage 2. Now, This could attack somewhere 3 times, but there is one important thing to keep in mind. In the event, it says that this turn, beasts count as badlands. Beasts cast also count as badlands, which means this, instead of dealing 1 damage, deals 2 damage, because each invader will take 1 more damage whenever it's the build. So this is twice as powerful. So we'll do it once. It says the 2 damage. Then it says repeat this power. So we will repeat here. Oh, it says it's actually to a single building, but that's not an issue because we destroyed them all. That's amazing. Now, this has 2 range, and since we have this land, it's with border on... so land number 8 mountains is adjacent to land number 1 mountains on upper board, and there, so it's exactly 2 range. You can cast it and remove that one and that one. And that's all the slow powers from this spirit. Oh wait, let's not do that. I forgot about this power. So this power can target this and this land. Actually, it says something else, but no. I've chosen it, which land was the originating sacred site, because it has to be measured from the same sacred site. But whichever I would measure it from this, or this, it will all have the range for the land number 3 and 4. So both doing 7-8 damage, that's almost clearing. Clearing full here and almost clearing there. It's 9 damage because we have 1 beast counted as a badlands, so the invaders take 1 additional damage. That's a lot of damage, a lot of fear, and we probably win at this point. No, actually I'm missing 1 fear to reach... there we have fear, so let's do it. And on fear, this is terror level number 3. Victory condition is if no cities are present, and we have no cities on either of the board. And that's how we win the game in Spirit Island. I hope it was bearable. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.